We're just minutes away from the start of the Hood to Coast Relay.
Let's get now to Andy CARSON live on Mount Hood. Andy, you run this every year. How you feeling? There's our team.
Yay!
Hi, guys.
Oh, here's the team right here. Yes, we do have the team. Yes, I've done this a lot of years, and I'm excited to do it again. We've got Dave right over here that is running. We have Molly, of course, you know, TV's Molly right there. We have Adrienne right there, who is runner one. She is suited and booted. We have Dave Harkin. He's our secret weapon, and he's running with us. And then, of course, we have Rebecca right over here. We have Omar, who's driving for us. So we're all ready to go here. Yes, yes. So you're runner one. You did this last year.
I did.
Runner number one. How was it?
It was so much fun.
What What did you not expect that you're now ready for?
You know, I lost some toenails last year,
Uh-huh.
so I'm now ready to not lose toenails this time.
How are you getting ready for that? How are you keeping your toenails?
Bigger shoes,
Okay.
better socks,
There we
and
go.
I'm just going to think, don't lose my toenails. Don't lose my toenails.
Good, good. That's positive thinking. Rebecca, first time to ever do Hood to Coast. What are your thoughts right now?
Just taking it all in,
Yeah.
listening to my team,
Yeah.
taking the tips.
Yeah, she's
and
like, lots of
not
questions.
involved.
She's going question after question after question. What happens then? What do I carry my stuff? What do I do? Yeah. So she's going through all of that. And so Molly, you did this last year. What are your thoughts? Your third year. Yeah. So you're like a veteran,
I
right?
didn't even train. Yeah, that's great.
She's just using all that she gathered from the last time to do this. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So and Dave, is this your first
It's
time?
my first time too. Yeah.
And are you nervous?
I am nervous, but I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. You don't want to lose any toenails.
No, and I'm not
know
going to
that.
break a toe again this year. So.
And this is kind of fun. You know what, Shauna and Deb? Look at what we have right here. This little stress thing. Do you know what that is?
It's so cute. Oh, no, it's a honey bucket.
Yeah. Look, it's
It's
a
a
big
honey
version
bucket.
of those. Yeah, it's a big version. Yeah.
That's the reason
So
I wouldn't do
when
Hood
you're
to Coast.
standing
That
in
right
line, yeah,
That's it.
That's why
Only reason.
Shauna wouldn't do. So I'm so excited. We were going to show you the very beginning. We have a 5 a.m. start time, which that's the first team that goes out is at 5 a.m. and that will be you. We're going to show you that live on the air. Then we'll give you updates all throughout the Good Day Oregon, all the way to 9 o'clock. Air 12 will be up, and so we are ready to go and excited about this.
It's so
Thoughts?
exciting.
Questions?
Fantastic.
Concerns?
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, Andy, we're so proud of all of you. We know it's a big undertaking.
It
It's a
is.
lot of work. And we should say Adrienne is like the big cheese run here. She's our
Yeah, she
general
is.
manager of the station. And so
The start of the 38th annual Monitor Ball Relay. The Hood to Coast Relay, we will see
They're off! They are off! They're on their way
Yay!
down right now. It happened just 15 seconds ago, and they are fired up and ready to go, and I am so excited to see how this team, it's the fastest team I think we'll ever had before. So stay tuned. Updates coming up. Let's go to you now in the studio.
Andy, good luck.
Yay!
We're so excited. I just feel a sense of pride in my
know.
Foxborough team. All right, let's get back to Andy CARSON. He, of course, is live on Mount Hood. Andy, we know that first wave of runners took off. Is there that sort of nervous feeling a little bit on mornings like this, or are you just excited?
Oh, yeah, there's a combination of being a little nervous and excited, but it's all good. It gets you that adrenaline going, and Adrienne has done this leg before, and she's all fired up and ready to go. Here's our van, Real News Fake Runners, which, of course, I love that name. All kinds of great name. I saw one. Sisters with Blisters was another one over there. So if you look right here, we've got the vans lined up. They already have Team 1 is out and going and headed on their way. Uh-oh, she's hiding in the shadows. Yeah. Oh, yes. All right. Go do your thing. So just we have thousands of runners that are going to be up here. And don't forget the walkers. We have, for the first time ever, Fox 12 has a Real News Fake Walker team that started earlier this morning. And they're out there cruising along. And hopefully we'll all meet up there together in Seaside. I understand the first runner got lost for just a short period of time. But then they're back right onto the trail again. So it's okay. It's all right. So we're going to hop in the van. And Air 12 will be overhead a little bit later on when we have more daylight. And our Uncle Rico got up on top of the van and put a big 12 up there so that he could find us, like a cop car or something, only with the 12.
Great idea.
I wanted you to put Yeah, I wanted you to put KPTV, Fox 12, Unstoppable up there.
You put 12 up there.
Are you sure it didn't end up looking like 15? Anyway, that's coming up a little bit later on, and so stay tuned. It is an action-packed morning, and I'm so excited for all the coverage we have for you guys for this year's Hood to Coast.
Awesome, Andy. Thank you so much.
And it's perfect weather for a run. As we showed
so
you,
pretty.
the Hood to Coast relay started up there on Mount Hood, started about a half hour ago.
Yeah, we've already seen a few groups of runners start their long journey. Let's check in with Andy Carson, one of those runners, live on Mount Hood with our Fox 12 team this morning. What time are you guys taking off, Andy?
Well, we took, we had our first runner at 5 o'clock, and so we're now at transition point number 1. So we're waiting for Adrian. It's about 4.5 miles to get, 5.5 miles from up there at Timberline to this exchange point right here at Government Camp. And you notice the cones right there? That is right in between those. That's where they do the transition. I don't think I've seen a runner come in yet, but we have that first wave that has gone through, and about every 15 minutes, is it exactly 15 minutes, they send another wave of runners, like 20 runners or so through there. So we're waiting for those first ones. We already have a whole, I don't know if you can tell, the vans already packed up there. And look at this young lady who's a volunteer right here. That's there are many, many, many volunteers. And how many times have you been a volunteer for Hood to Coast?
About 12 years.
Well, but 12 years since you were a little girl.
Yeah, really. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, you betcha. So they're all out here directing traffic. I mean, it's a huge, huge ordeal to get this all put together. Now, Adrian, of course, our general manager and our boss, is going to be handing off to Dave, her husband. So is she the boss at home too? No, I won't even get into that. So here's some of the stuff that you have to do when it's dark out there. You have to have the reflective stuff and the flashy lights. Turn around. Flashy lights back there. And then also the little headlamp up there. So have you practiced running with all that stuff?
Every day.
No, you haven't.
No, not once.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. But you have practiced running, right?
A little bit, yeah. Probably 3 or 4 times a week.
So what do you know about the leg you have coming up here?
It's long and downhill.
Okay. Which is beautiful. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Rebecca, still another rookie right here. You have more questions?
We'll just see.
Okay, we will see. We're coming all together here. So we're still watching for our first runner. Hopefully, I'm not sure if we can or not, but if we can, I'd love to break into programming when Adrian comes through here. And I know last year when she did it, it was her first time to do it. It was so emotional for her, and it was just a really cool time.
Hey, Andy, real quick, we're wondering what their hats say. What is that logo on their hats?
Oh, the hats? Oh, yeah. Portland Running Company hats. Yeah.
Okay.
This is our buddy Dave, who owns Portland Running Company and he's our secret ingredient to get us to the end very, very fast. So he provided hats for us and gloves right there. Yeah.
He's got a great running technique too. You
Your
can tell.
essentials.
That's
right.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right,
we're
good
ready.
luck, guys.
Yeah, and also notice all the cool swag that we have from the station. The big Hood to Coast shirt right there. Sorry, adjusting you right there. And then of course the on the back the RIEHL News fake runners that we're ready to go, and our sweet sweatshirts. So we're all locked and loaded, suited and booted.
Love it, Andy.
Good.
All right, want to get right back to Andy Carson. Are we getting ready for a handoff, Andy?
I think so. I think Adrian's getting pretty close. Her husband is right here, Dave, and you were going to do this last year with us, but Shauna mentioned this earlier. You broke your toe just beforehand, right?
I did, about 3 weeks ahead of time, so I couldn't do it.
So now he's been wearing steel-toed boots to make sure that does not happen. So Adrian did this leg last time. I've done this leg a couple of times, and you go downhill, 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 and then there's the last little part, and it's just a little incline, but it feels like you're climbing a mountain, doesn't it?
I'll bet it does,
I don't know if she's complained to you about it or not. I complain to people about it a whole lot of times. So she should be coming in here anytime. Now, I came up and would practice running down this. Has Adrian been practicing running downhill?
She has been, but not up here.
Okay.
Yeah. Just around where we live.
Okay. All right. So it's a completely different animal. And so what they do is they'll be calling out the numbers. And so 1231 is our number. There goes somebody right now. And we're watching closely. Do you see any sign of her? She's wearing a shirt like that. She's wearing a shirt just like this right there. So we're watching for her, guys. We're cruising through there. So, Deb, have you ever done Hood to Coast? I know that Shauna won't just because of the honey bucket issue. But Deb, yeah?
My number one reason.
I have not. I have considered
I'm the number 2
doing
reason.
the walking part.
Number 1 and number 2. Yeah.
Hey, Andy.
Oh, are they about to hand off?
Andy?
Yes.
Tony's wondering about the mile times because he says when you're going downhill like that, a lot of people get PRs because it's just you can't help but go fast. What are you hearing about times?
Oh, yeah. Well, we have her average time, which is she normally about a 10-minute miler?
Yeah, about 9.5, 10.
Yeah. And so what do you think she's going to do down the hill?
I think she's going to do under 9.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. We're hoping so. She should be here at any moment. I'm typically a guy that runs in the 7s, and when I was running this one, I was doing sub-6s, so I was in the 5s, and so it's just flying.
Wow.
But it's a lot of times people have to be a little more conservative because it can really burn out your thighs, your knees, as well as your toenails can be lost when they're doing this, and so that's
Adrian
some of those
attested
things.
to
So we
earlier.
don't see her right now. So we don't see her yet. So there's okay, nope, not yet. We thought she'd be ready, but that's all right. It's up to you guys if you want to hang here, and I'll do a little jig until she
Okay.
arrives. But maybe we'll come right back.
Yeah,
So,
Andy, we're going to go to weather. We'll check in with Jeff. We really want to get the handoff because that is an
holler
exciting
at us.
part. We're going to get live to Andy Carson. And we want to see how everybody's doing. Andy, there's Adrian.
Yep.
My goodness, how
Yep.
did it go?
We're right here. We're in the van. Adrian, they're wanting to know how to go for you.
It was awesome.
Yeah?
It was awesome. Yeah, incredible.
So it was pretty much pitch black when you started down the mountain. Did you get a little daylight as you made your way down?
Oh, yeah, I could tell the sun was coming up. I could see what I think was Portland off in the future. I don't know, lights and everything.
Yeah.
And then it's just really quiet.
It could have just been all the vans going down to the next exchange. That was it. Now, you handed off to your husband, and this is the first time he's done this.
Yep.
You guys almost kissed in the exchange.
We did, but almost, but I didn't want
Yeah.
to kiss him because it would scare him.
Yeah.
He was so nervous. He was so nervous it would have messed him up.
Yeah, if it was my wife, I'd have hung out for a while. Oh, well, hello. Yeah, we're okay. Yeah. So just to give you guys a little idea, we're in an 18-passenger van, and we've got our other runners back there. We've got Rebecca, we have Molly, and we have luggage for this many people with 3 different outfits as far as running gear is concerned, and then different outfits to wear in between when you're not running, and then outfits to wear at the end, and then sleeping bags and sleeping pads and food and all kinds of stuff. So we are pretty much stuffed to the gills in here, aren't we?
We are
Yeah.
totally set.
So
I have everything.
I feel like we should probably start moving our way back down the mountain so we can go meet up with your husband, so then we can get runner number 3 going. So far, so smooth. So we're having a good time here at Hood to Coast.
And
yes.
I'm not sure it's fair that Adrian looks that beautiful after pulling off that leg, honestly. I'm not just sucking up because she's my
Yeah.
boss. She looks
No,
like
she looks
fresh-faced.
fantastic.
And-
Anyway.
And honestly, she doesn't even stink either. And I'm sitting right next to her. So, yeah, she looks good and still smells good. Yeah.
Thanks so much. We can't wait to see more this morning. Thanks, you guys. Let's get back to a live look from Mount Hood right now. Just moments ago, of course, we watched the latest group of runners take off for the world's largest relay race. Of course, we're talking about Hood to Coast. It all started about 2 hours ago. Our own Fox 12 team, Real News, Fake Runners, is in the mix.
Best name ever. Let's see how they're doing. Andy Carson joins us live along the race route. Hi, Andy. Where are you?
Hello. We are right here at one of the exchange points, Village Market, Mountain High Coffee. Does this place have a name right here where we are?
We're like zigzag.
Is it Zigzag, Dave? Is it Zigzag?
I think it's zigzag.
All right. But we're going to run straight. No zigzagging out there. So we have Rebecca running right now, and this is the first time she's done Hood to Coast. And she gets to the transition like 6 seconds after Dave gets there to hand it off. So there was no standing around waiting. It was like, and she gets her stuff on and she goes, we'll be ready when she gets here. You're running next, Molly. And what do you know about your leg coming up?
Well, I did it last year. It's great. It's 7 miles, mostly at a slight downhill. It's really nice. You know, you just see, it's just beautiful up here. So I really enjoyed it.
So, but you're running along, you're on Highway 26 the whole time or most of the time?
Like the entire time. But it's fun because all the vans are coming up to start. So you get a lot of people cheering you on. It's a blast.
And the log trucks are coming up from behind. So that's always... it keeps you going a little bit faster out there. We're all ready for this, and it's just one of those epic things. And every year, it's exciting, isn't it? It doesn't lose its magic, does it?
No, never.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah,
It's so much fun, and then you're glad it's done.
Yeah, and here's the other thing that's funny, too, is we all put down our projected pace that we would do per mile, and we're going faster than that. So, in fact, not this Dave, but the other Dave. What did he put down as his projected pace?
I think Dave put down 8:45 per mile,
But he ended up doing
like 7:15.
7:15. So,
Oh, my gosh.
yeah, that could be why we were just seconds apart on making that transition. A little bit behind there, but we'll be ready here on out.
All right.
So that's what we have going on. Oh, I hear Air 12 overhead.
Oh,
Woo-hoo!
good. Hey, Andy, we're having a little trouble with your signal. You sound great. You look a little funky. So thanks, everybody at home, for hanging with us.
I'm used to that.
This.
Yep.
Yeah.
And wave, because Air 12's
And there we go. Air 12 is above your head right now. So you guys are doing such a great job. We can't wait to catch up with you coming up as you guys continue your legs of the race.
Let's check back in with Andy Carson, who is live for us. Where are you still where you were? Oh, you're back in the van.
No. We're back in the van. We're at the next transition point. So Molly is running right now, and it was so funny when we drove by Molly and we honked and waved. She did this kind of this perfect Molly Instagram pose for us as we went by there, which is classic Molly. So she'll get here, and then am I next?
You're next.
And then I'm next, and then I'm
my
next.
gosh,
Yeah, I'm a little
Andy,
nervous
you
now.
got this.
So. I know, Rebecca, come up here. This was that you just ran your very first leg, hood to coast. How did that go for you?
It was awesome.
Yeah, you were like a little bit late right there.
Well, I made it, and I didn't have time to think about it. I just gotta go.
Let me tie my shoes. Let me get the was the reaction that we had right there. So we had that going on. And if you remember, we had Adrian, who started, our general manager. And then her husband, she handed off to them. And I thought at the exchange they were going to kiss, but they didn't. That's no bearing on why I'm sitting between them right now. I'm not sure how it's all coming together, but that's what we have. So I'm starting to get nervous. I'm going to go get the body glide and get everything lubed up.
Did you
get
see
ready for my
Adrian's
run.
face? TMI, Andy. TMI.
I'm thinking about my toes. I don't want my toes to get, blistered or anything. So, yeah. So you guys take it away, and I think I'll have one more segment for you, and then I'll be out there running.
You'll do it.
Oh, gosh.
Getting
When you
nervous
make the general manager kind of cringe, you've taken it too far, Andy. Hey, we can't wait to see you run, though, buddy. Cannot wait. I know you're prepared and ready to roll. Welcome back, everybody. Boy, it has been so exciting this morning. Hood to coast happening right now. And look at that on the right. Mike Heinrich, one of our photographers, put that giant 12 on the roof of the van for our team so we could keep track of people down there running the race. So it's really exciting. Andy Carson is, I believe he's in this upcoming leg of the race. So we've been checking in with him live all morning, and we'll definitely check in with him again coming up in just a few minutes right here on Good Day Oregon. Welcome to the 8 o'clock hour of Good Day Oregon as we are ready to watch another group of runners take off from the starting line. Should we listen in for the countdown?
Absolutely.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out of here!
He jumped the gun. He needs to stop for a half a second and let everybody catch up. So exciting. It's been such a fun morning here on Good Day Oregon as our Fox 12 team is taking part as well.
This is our own Molly RIEHL with more
Molly
Good Day
RIEHL.
Oregon. She is running her leg right now in this live look courtesy of Air 12 that spotted her and is following her.
And can I just say, this
Yes.
is along Highway 26.
Yes.
That right lane she's running adjacent to is not closed.
No.
So, this is why
There we go,
keep-
right there.
We keep
Cars,
talking
yeah.
about be aware.
Oh,
There's
boy.
runners in places where there normally are not. So we want it to be a safe and fun event for everybody.
And we were
She's
watching her in
running
the
all by
commercial
herself.
break.
It's not like there's a bunch of people
Right.
around to kind of help.
And she's got a pretty good pace going, too. Way to go, Molly.
As you've been watching, we've been following it all morning. We're talking about Hood to Coast Relay is well underway.
Yeah, let's check in with Andy Carson. He is live along the route. Andy, we've been tracking Molly from Air 12 as she's running. Looks like her pace is great. You're next up, right?
I know. I can see the helicopter right there, so it's giving me an idea of where Molly is. And I have to do a wardrobe change. I'm not ready yet, and so I'm getting nervous. It's all coming up here. We've got all the people all lined up, getting ready to, either cheer their runner on or do the running themselves. And it's very exciting. Come right over here. This is where the exchange will take place, which is right in here. Watch an exchange. Boom. They do the little. Very smooth. They didn't practice that. Very smooth. And she's off. She's off. Wait for me at the end. Again, I'm getting nervous seeing the helicopter right there. And you tell me Molly's doing great, and we're ready to go. And I will be handing off to Super Dave right here. Yes, just like that. We'll do some practices right there. Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling great right now.
Good.
Ready to roll.
So the challenge is for us to drive the van at 55 miles an hour into Sandy and get there before you get there.
I'm going to try to lay it down. That's my goal, to beat the van.
Hey, Andy.
You'll be setting off radars all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I know in years past you've worn some kind of funky pants, like running pants. Do you have any surprises for us when it comes to your leggings that you might be sporting this morning. Oh, dear.
The big reveal?
Oh, okay.
I'm going a little longer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. That's kind of a letdown, to be
it's,
honest, Andy.
It's more of a running skort I have going on, a running skort, yes.
Running culotte. All right. Well, we cannot wait. This is a very odd view right now.
Okay, get ready, Andy, because you're up next.
Oh, am I still on?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Back up to Air 12, we're following Molly RIEHL, who, of course, hosts More Good Day Oregon. That's her right there on her leg of the hood to coast. She'll be handing off to Andy CARSON. I think this is probably our fourth to fifth leg we're on at this point. So as they come into this area, kind of around the area of Welch's, you can just see again, we've been mentioning this, but she's in that right-hand emergency lane. But the right lane, the traffic moving past her, is not closed. There she is, arms up in victory.
I love it.
So again, just urging any drivers here along 26 and then along Highway 30, once they leave the Portland area and start to head up towards the Coast Range, that stretch of Highway 30, another spot where you want to be super careful as drivers. But again, great event, and they began this morning about the 5 a.m. They should be in Seaside, Oregon, about that same time tomorrow morning or into the early afternoon. Many teams kind of arriving and coming through that area. And of course, the walkers all began this morning from Portland to the coast. That began between 3 and 6 a.m. and we have a team there as well.
That one car came so close to Molly. I was getting a little nervous there. Drivers really do need to be aware. So we're going to hang with this a little bit because you can see that is where the handoff's going to happen. And Andy is going to take, the relay from Molly. So as soon as she comes in, Andy will start.
And then again, as soon as Molly's done, if you aren't familiar with the format here, she's, back in the van, and then they'll kind of ride up to the next transfer place. That next runner gets off, and then they keep on going and going.
Oh my
and there's
gosh.
2 vans, 6 runners in each van, 12 on a team. So our second van, they're still here in Portland. They haven't even,
I saw them in the building. They were kind of rallying, getting together.
Like the relay is underway, but they're nowhere near the course at this point. Because,
oh my gosh! But look at that traffic
be.
too. It makes me nervous every time a
really
car goes by. So
and again, even like on a highway in particular, she's coming up to a T intersection here, where on a highway you can just pull on, let's say, from that side road there. So that's where you want to be super careful as a runner and as a driver, because there's very little control of the access onto the highway. You don't have like a stop sign or a metered on-ramp, that kind of a thing. So you want to be super careful for them. But these first legs always go so well, And then the second one, you're going, I got this. But the third one, you're mentally drained. You're kind of hungry. You've been sleeping, and you saw the van. You're sleeping upright.
The adrenaline's kind of worn through. Sometimes when you get that adrenaline, then you get the crash. I imagine that. The first time is the adrenaline is keeping you going. Oh boy, here's Andy, Andy. And he can't talk, he can't hear us. So he is just all geared up. He's ready for the race. And as soon as Molly comes by, which is going to be really soon, he is going to take it. It's been so fun this morning. This is such a cool Oregon tradition. People come from all over the place to participate.
They do, all over the world.
And it is a hot ticket because it is absolutely, it's a lottery system. It fills up the first day of registration.
Exactly.
There she is. Molly, you're almost there. Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh.
If being on TV is helping or hindering her performance, but great first leg from Molly, and there's Andy ready to take that off.
Yeah, and Andy, of course, as everybody knows, he loves to run. He is an avid runner, and so is Molly, for that matter.
Yeah, they both are.
Pretty much everybody on the team, I guess.
I think so.
It's not something you can undertake if you haven't really prepared. I mean, it isn't like knocking out a 5K on the weekend just because your buddies are doing it or something. This really does take a level of conditioning because it takes it out of you.
There she is. I'm so excited to see this. The handoff is coming. I can imagine what's going through Andy's mind. His heart's probably pounding, getting so excited to get his turn on this run. So we are just going, okay, here we go. Getting closer, getting closer. It probably feels like a million miles away still for Molly as she finishes up her leg here.
Well, you can already see how big the gaps between the teams are.
Is he trying to time himself then?
Sure,
he
he'll probably time his leg. Yeah. Here you go, sprint to the
Here
end. Nice
we
finish,
go.
Molly.
Go! Yay! Way to go, Molly! Go, Andy!
Go.
This is so fun. Oh my gosh, and there she is getting high fives from the team. Oh, I just love it. And there's Andy. So he's going to run. And how long are these legs?
They vary. They can vary in length from maybe 4 miles to up to maybe 9 or 10 miles. Just depends, and varying terrain. Do we have Molly? Can Molly hear us?
Let's talk to Molly. So Molly, can you hear us? Like, how do you feel? It was so fun to watch you from Air 12.
I'll tell you, nothing puts pressure on you to keep running like a live chopper following you the whole way. So that was good. I'm really
Hey, so Molly, tell
Really
us
tired,
how
really
how
happy that's
long
over,
was
but
your?
I feel good. That was my longest, hardest leg, so I feel great.
How long the leg was?
It was 7.1 miles.
Okay.
I thought it was over a mile before it was over. So that
Oh, gosh. And Mike, ask her how she's feeling.
good.
She
I feel
looks
good.
adorable.
I'm tired. It's the hardest I've ever worked for a live shot, you guys.
And so now,
Rebecca here. I haven't gotten to talk to you. You handed off to me. That was your first time. What'd you think?
It was a blast. I loved it, but that was my easy leg, so I have a lot to come.
So we're a little bit opposite. All right, I'm gonna go get some water.
Yeah, and catch
Thanks
a
for
breath.
following
Catch a
along.
breath.
We're so
We'll be
proud
back
of
to
you.
follow Andy's progress later
Awesome.
on in the show.
All right. We'll be right back, everybody, as
There goes
Andy
Andy.
continues the leg. We'll be right back.
8:18, welcome back, everybody. This is a live look from Air 12 as we watch Andy CARSON running his first leg of Hood to Coast. Just had the handoff from our own Molly RIEHL, setting a really good pace. Tony, you said that his leg is 6.5 miles?
6.5.
6.5 miles.
Very
and we'll keep an eye on Andy as we go out throughout the morning.
Welcome back, everyone. Oh, this has been so much fun. These are live pictures. On the left, you see another group of runners getting ready to take off. On the right, that is Andy CARSON in the white, just passing up that guy in the blue there. His leg of the race is described as being really hard. It's hilly. It's 6.5 miles, so he's definitely got his work cut out for him this morning. Part of our Fox 12 team at Hood to Coast. It's just been fun all morning. We will check in with Andy after his race. His leg is over, so keep it right here on Good Day Oregon. We're so proud of you. Another group of runners just taking off from the starting line at Timberline Lodge. Meanwhile, our Fox 12 team is going strong. Look, that was Andy CARSON.
That was Andy CARSON. There he is.
That is Andy CARSON. He is running. His pace has been pretty incredible. We were watching
Really
the commercial
good.
break.
Yeah, and this is considered a real difficult leg. What'd you say, Tony? He's on the 5th leg of this race?
Yeah, and they categorize them. There's easy, moderate, hard, and very hard.
And this
So,
one's
very hard.
This one's
A
wow.
lot of hills, kind of
Yeah.
rolling hills for a little over
Well,
6
if anybody
miles.
can do it, it is Andy
It's
CARSON.
Andy.
And his pace has not changed.
No.
He's been phenomenal.
It's been so fun all morning. We're so proud of our Fox 12 team at Hood to Coast. The name of the team, Real News Fake Runners. But they're doing so great. I would say they're all real runners,
think they're
too.
real runners, yeah. Let's check in with Molly RIEHL, who just finished her first leg, and she is in the van now and on your way.
Yeah, welcome to Van 1. Having a great time. Most of us are done with our legs now. We've got Adrian, number 1, Rebecca, Dave, and Dave. Dave's our ringer. Dave's the only one who hasn't run yet. Andy is currently running. And Dave, you have actually ran. You recently practiced just for funsies.
I did.
Andy's leg.
Yep.
So tell me what he's in for.
Well, it's a nice gradual start, and like Andy, it's kind of dynamic. He has to peel off the highway and go up this road called Cherryville. It's straight up for like 2.5 miles. Pretty exciting. We can't wait to see Andy when he gets back.
Yeah, it's kind of a brutal run, isn't it?
I think it is. I think brutal is the best way to describe it. First 4 legs go pretty much downhill, and then Andy gets to take it back up.
Yeah, and you kind of are our secret weapon. You're our ringer. What do you have in store with leg 6?
I think I have a pretty gentle leg. I think I have like 6 miles and a little bit of downhill. And I get to go into the crowd. It's like a glory leg, and I get to hand off. It's like the Olympics, basically.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't have picked a better day for it. Beautiful weather. We're having a lot of fun despite the running. I'm just kidding. The running's been great. It's been a ton of fun. Beautiful views. And after you finish, Dave, we're going to go over to your house and eat some snacks and do a little resting and get right back to it. What does it? Okay. Well, thanks for cheering us on, everyone. It's been fun. We'll see you. Hopefully, we'll get to catch Andy's finish.
Yeah. Hey, Molly, and let your crew know we are watching Andy from Air 12, and his pace looks amazing. Like, he is taking over a lot of the runners, passing other runners on his way. It doesn't look like he's let up at all. So he's doing great from our perspective.
And is anyone surprised by that?
No, not a bit. Not a bit. Great job, you guys. Thank you.
Andy may be the ringer.
Yeah,
you know?
no kidding.
Take a look at this, Jeff, from Air 12. This is our own Andy CARSON. They're enjoying about a 3-foot wide emergency lane. So it really kind of illustrates just how precarious some of this course can be. This is still along Highway 26. When Andy hands off here to Dave, they'll be in Cherryville. When Dave finishes leg number 6, they'll be just on the west side of Sandy, Oregon. So you get an idea of how far they've come since beginning back around Timberline. But again, many of these areas there's very little margin. You see construction there. All this stuff is still ongoing. So for drivers, it's always kind of keep stressing that you have to be so alert and aware that there are people on the road where there normally are not, and a lot of extra cars on the road as well.
8:44, welcome back. We are taking you live now from Air 12, looking at, that is Andy Carson making his run, doing his leg, which is leg 5 of Hood to Coast today. We understand this one is a very difficult leg, a lot of it uphill, very hilly. He's off of Highway 26 now, and as you can see, there's no shoulder. And we've been watching cars have to go over the double yellow to get around him. Now, lightly traveled road, which is good, but still, that is kind of scary where Andy is, but he's doing really, really well.
So right now, another countdown as another group of runners take off. Let's listen in.
Get out of here! We will see you!
Get out of here. There they go. And this is just these waves of runners happening all morning long. And it's just been such a neat thing to watch this morning. And again, we'll check in again.
Air 12 over Cherryville Road. Hard to pick out Andy at the moment. But again, this is one of the areas where they actually can divert off of Highway 26. They'll dip back onto it a bit. The next tricky spot is after they get out of the Portland area, they head up Highway 30. If you've driven that road, you know it can be a pretty tricky one. Once they get north of St. Helens, then they're into the Coast Range on much less traveled roads. Much safer for everybody.
I'm so inspired I may actually run 1.5 miles today instead of a mile.
I might run. I might run to my desk, like right after we get off the set today.
There's muffins in the newsroom.
I'm running. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a lot of fun this morning.
Special encore presentation of More Good Day Oregon is next because Molly is running.
Yeah, we're going to leave you with a live look now at the ground level. This is where Andy will be doing his send-off or his handoff. There's Dave
ready.
waiting for him. Everybody have a great day and a great weekend.